What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Gloss Garage, where we make detail simple. My name is Doc, and today I have something special for you all. So we're gonna make this Corvette look like this to this, super shiny, super glossy, ready for it to get a ceramic coating. Now, if you want to see part one of this video, head over to the Thor Media channel, where you're gonna see how we wash, clayed, and decon the vehicle. And then for part three, which is a ceramic coating application, I will show you on how to apply C6 app and of course their ceramic coating. Now, just a quick disclaimer, this is a sponsored video. DIY Detail did send me just their coating alone, and also because I do work for Thor, you guys can all get all the products that I use here at the House of Rags, with the minus the exception of the 3D purple spider pad, but pretty much everything else is there. That is just because I do work for them and I make a podcast. But this is, again, in no way, shape, or form, they do not pay me to make a positive or negative review of any product. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Now just head over to their channel. Like I said, quick rundown of their coatings is pretty much there's no PFAS. They did some chemical change to remove the PFAS, make it more chemical resistant, more water beating, better shine and gloss, all that other jazz on their coatings in itself. And it comes with obviously amazing packaging, but that is about it for here. And yeah, so as you saw on the paint inspection, the paint is pretty much has a little bit of swirls, a little bit of scratches, nothing too crazy. We are going to bring out that shine and gloss and make it deep, rich red, so that way we can apply the ceramic coating. So enough talking. I'll tell you what we're going to be using in the video and the techniques on using the gold standard polish and pads to get the results that we are going to get. So I will see you all on the polishing step. Everyone, so we are ready to start the polishing step, and as I said, if you want to see part one, go over to the House of Rags to see this. But all in all, here you can see some ridges and scratches going one way, and there is a scuff mark and a couple water spots that are there, and we are going to address that and see if we can in just one step. And what I enjoy using, of course, is the DIY Detail Gold Standard Waffle Pad. You all know this, been using this for a while, and I've been using waffle pads from the Cool Wave, from a Keys, even Optimum. You all know the deal. I like textured pads more than flat pads. Now, I will bring you all in close so you can all see. As you can see on the roof right there, on the roof of the car, I have a damp and rinseless towel and a regular towel. Those are from Auto Fiber. If you want to get that, I think they sell that at the House of Rags as well. If not, you can go on Auto Fiber, Amazon, and purchase that yourself. Now, for the gold standard polish, I like to shake up the polish. I haven't been here in about a couple weeks, so any single time you're about to use a polish, it's always good to shake it up, make sure there's anything in there. And I do have a pad washer, which I enjoy using all the time. Now, one thing for this pad washer, I don't have the splash guard yet, so that is something for all of you to know. I don't have it, so it's best to put it, further away from the camera. I just wanted to do this to show you that I do use a damp rinseless pad, and that is pretty much it. Let me bring you in close so you all can see some of the defects that I am talking about. So hopefully you can all see that on camera, and on the lights you can see those water spots, scratches going in straight lines across. So we want to remove those little water spots, those little tree sap marks, and those scuff marks, and I will show you how to do it with the gold standard polish. Now I'm going to focus on this area. You may not be able to see it, so I'm just going to do this half right here and see what we get. So first things first is spin it. Whoops. I'm going to spin your polisher and in an angle, spray some gold standard. I missed a little bit, so I'm gonna put right there. As you can see, I missed some. I was on a bad angle there, so I just sprayed some on the panel. It is what it is. So I ended up putting an extra spray of gold standard instead, and I am going to do just this portion right here, just so we could get a 50-50 comparison. Now this is a 25mm DA. I am spreading this side because I've been using you know, Phoenix EOD and also Griot's Garage fast correcting cream. So they are diminishing abrasives, so you want to spread it out first before going. But DIY says you can just start polishing right away. Speed setting, I like to go on speed setting 3 on this machine, or maybe 4 depending on what it is, but I like to start on 3 with 0 pressure. And I'm going to be doing this on a vertical panel, and there are some curves here. And the only reason why I want to showcase this is because it's so much easier to put it on the hood and just use the weight of the machine. I like to do about almost minimal pressure, really. I like to say like 2 pounds of pressure tops. I'm not no pressure completely like Ivan, and I'm not like 5 pounds of pressure on it. No, I'm more of like in the middle, 2 to 3 pounds of pressure, and that is pretty much it. In terms of arm speed, probably going medium speed. I'm not trying to correct much. And I am going a little bit like 50-50 overlap passes. This is going to be my 4th suction pass, and I'm done. As I said, 2 to 3 pounds of pressure, and that is it. That was our 4 suction passes, medium arch speed. That probably took, I would say, a minute or 2. That's it, a minute and a half. And I'm grabbing my damp and rinseless towel just to wipe off the polish residue, most of it, and come back in and wipe off. Now I will bring you all in so you can see the amount of correction we ended up getting. There are some deeper rids in there, which is okay, but we removed about 50% of swirls and scratches. That is what we removed off the paint. And as you can see, it is a deeper red. So here is the light right here. Let me bring you off the tripod so you all can see. So it is a deeper red for sure compared to this side. And over here, you're going to see a lot more water spots. Hopefully the light can pick it up, but there are a lot of water spots and rids going one way. And yeah, even down here. More water spots here, water spots here. Oh, here it is. Look, you can see more right there. Those are all water spots, as you can see right there. And here we removed it all in a minute and a half. So that pretty much took 0 time. And this is more on the medium, and it just finished down very nice. No haze, no nothing. So all right, so some of you may be wondering how I use a 6-inch pad to get into these contours, and I got some great correction capabilities, by the way. How do I use it to get into those contours, and how do I get that correction? Well, pretty much, yes, the DIY Detail 25mm DA has a longer throw, right? A lot of people, the most introductory, like I like to tell people, if you're an enthusiast and you really have a lot of concaves area and you don't want to go into the trial and error, you can get a 15mm DA. That is perfectly fine. But the difference between the DIY detail and even the Shine Meets one, well, the DIY detail in particular, is a 25mm DA, and it's going to give better correction capabilities. And because the longer the throw, the easier and quicker it's going to correct. Now, it may leave a little bit of micro marring, and a lot of people are scared about that. It's very hard to leave micro marring, and to be quite honest, it just depends on your technique and finishing abilities. The same way how some people say you can't finish with a rotary, well, you can if you use the right techniques and approach to polishing. That is pretty much it. Now I'm gonna be doing this area as well. This is super concave areas as well. And a couple people will say, well, why don't you use separate, why don't you use a tape and separate size pads for these contours? Well, you're not really going to need it, especially for something like this. You're not going to burn the paint because I am not going aggressive on it, and I am not putting heavy amounts of pressure. I'm not using this on speed setting 6, and I'm not generating any heat whatsoever. So this is pretty much the basis of how I get the correction that I get. So yeah, so same thing applies. I already have the gold standard here. Here is a little bit oxidized. That is because here in South Carolina, the sun really eats away the paint pretty quickly, especially with the sand. And I'm going to use speed setting 1. I'm going to do this half right here and spread out the polish, and then speed setting 3 to finish it down. And also, quick tip, this is why I also love beveled cone pads, which I've always said this from the inception of my channel, is because I'm able to get into these contours. And of course, I'm not going putting pressure whatsoever, but what I'm doing is the backing plate is not going to hit because you have that lip to help out. You have that 1/2 inch lip to help prevent that from happening. So it's not really lazy polishing, it's just working more efficient. So speed setting 3. And pretty much here, that's all you really need, is just speed setting 3 or 4 on your DIY detail polisher, and it's going to do pretty much all the correction. If you need that extra torque, just use speed setting 4, and you can really do some really great corrections with whatever compound of your choice on that speed setting, even on hard clear coats. And if you want to step it up, the max I'll probably go is 5, and that's for super hard clears or oxidized paints. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the DIY detail DA polisher. So as you saw, sped up, quick and easy, nothing to it. Just make sure you pivot and angle your polisher in these contours as well. And as I said, having a bevel pad also helps out immensely. So I'm gonna leave this little area so we can have a true distinction on, again, the correction that we ended up getting and bringing out the gloss. So removed all of those little rids that were there, and those water spots are all gone. Now as you move on over here, see these little specks, these little rids, and it just looks a little bit more hazy compared to that. Follow the light right there. We hit rids, scratches, water spots, and nothing on the left side. So that is pretty much it. So and here are the results. Let me know what you all think, and pretty much this is what we were going after. We've removed those water spots, tree saps, even little etchings, and we've enhanced the gloss tenfold. And yeah, so this is all after we also ceramic coated the vehicle. So this is the complete after, and just let me know what you all think. I do also have pictures of it outside in a overcast day with clouds, and then the next day that the owner has it parked outside, and you see the cherry red pop like crazy. Now if you want to see the part 3 on how we ceramic coated, just head over to the House of Rags. That video will be out next week. And yes, and if you enjoyed this process, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and other than that, I will see you all on the next one. Peace. Enjoy the rest of the photos.